Now there are a couple of things they can ask you. They can ask you what the velocity is if they tell you the other numbers involved, or they could ask you what is the actual length that's measured on the spaceship's frame of reference. They can ask you what that length is back on your frame of reference, your standing non-moving frame of reference. So the next bit, if we measure the length of anything moving relative to our frame, we find its length to be smaller than what we consider to be the proper length. So I'll go back to my original example. I'm now sitting out in space, just off the Earth, not moving. I start to accelerate, ignore that bit. I'm now travelling at constant velocity, 0.95 the speed of light. This ruler, to me, hasn't changed, but to you will definitely be shorter, substantially shorter, right? And that's what we have to get out to. You just have to know the difference between whether that's what you consider the proper length, or was originally 1 metre for you, and now it's the length that you see, you measure of my spaceship or on my spaceship, right? So that's what we have to do. It will be shorter. Keeping in mind what we talked about with the time yesterday, you saw that my time was measuring slower. So 1 second, according to you, on my watch was taking 3.2 seconds yesterday. Right? So there's a difference between what you're observing between the length, and you can see we have a different, the equation is slightly different from yesterday, so therefore you would expect that to be the different value. So let's go through a quick example here, calculating the length of contraction, the distance between, it should be technically there's a typo in here, the star and the Earth. So you've got an astronaut, suppose an astronaut, similar to what we talked about with the twins yesterday, is travelling so fast that this gamma equation gives a ratio of 30. And she travels from the Earth to the nearest star, Alpha Centauri, 4.3 light years away, as measured by an earthbound observer. How far apart is the Earth away from Alpha Centauri as measured by the astronaut?